Hello Math 60 students, this is Allison Cunningham, your instructor for this term. In this video, I'll be walking you through some of the key elements of the syllabus and making sure you are ready for the syllabus quiz on Moodle. You may want to print out the syllabus so you can make some marks on it while I go through things here. On the first page, you can find all the contact information for me. Since I'm only teaching an online class this quarter, the fastest and easiest way to reach me is via email. cunninghama@lanecc.edu. Please make sure that you put Math 60 online in the subject line and your full name and any concerns you have in the body of the email. There is a phone number for me here, but since that's on campus, I do only plan to check it on Mondays. I have an office on campus, but my office hours are by appointment only. I will be available online Tuesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 and Thursdays from 12 to 1. And you'll get really quick replies from me during that time frame. I am available other days via email, but on those days you can expect to hear back from me within 24 to 48 hours. There are some important dates here along the side, including our test dates and the last days to drop or make schedule changes. On the bottom of the page here are some of the key features of our class. One thing you might be relieved about is that we have no in-class meetings, unlike some other hybrid courses. You do, however, have to have reliable internet access so you can perform the tasks required for our course. Moodle is the college's learning management system, and there you'll find our course announcements, any documents that I post, and it'll also be the place where you upload your weekly prep sheets and participate in a few discussion forums. Another site that we'll be using is called WebAssign, which I abbreviate as WA for short. Later, I'll show you how to get access to WebAssign. That site is provided by our textbook company, and you'll be watching videos there, submitting homework, and doing online quizzes. It'll also be where you'll be able to check your grades. Please note that Moodle has a grade link, but this is not where I'll be keeping your grades updated. You'll need to check WebAssign for that. The only times you won't be able to do your math work from the comfort of your own home is when you take your 2 tests and your final. These will need to be done in the testing center or with a certified proctor off campus. I do need to put one disclaimer on our math course. Online classes can sometimes be portrayed as an easier option to the on-campus class. This is not the case in online math classes. There are deadlines and due dates, and you'll have to be a much more independent learner than you'd have to be in a face-to-face class. When you need help, you'll have to make that additional effort to ask me, to seek out help on WebAssign, or to go to the Math Resource Center on campus. Showing your work is still very important, even in an online class, so please be sure that you're paying attention to the examples and that you use them as a model for your work. Okay, to the next page. The second page of your syllabus talks about the topics covered in our course and all the course objectives. In a nutshell, we'll be going through some arithmetic review and working with positive and negative numbers, including fractions. We'll also be solving equations and inequalities, working with proportions and ratios, and doing some graphing of linear equations. The specific course objectives are located here for you to read through on your own. On the right-hand side, you'll see some prerequisites, and of course, the textbook. You do not need to actually buy this textbook because a full electronic version text comes with your WebAssign access code. However, if you're like me, you may want to buy the actual book so you have it in front of you as you work. Call me old school, but that's how I work. It's totally up to you though. Please note the middle here where there is contact information for the Center for Accessible Resources. On the bottom, you'll see an overview of how you'll be graded and the weights for each grade category. The next 2 pages are probably the most important pages. The grading category page goes through each type of thing you'll be graded on. First, we have our weekly prep sheets that I'll post on Moodle. As you watch at least 3 videos from each assigned section, you'll need to write down at least one example from each video on your prep sheet. You can handwrite or type these, then either scan or take a photo of your completed prep sheet and upload it to Moodle. These are due on Sundays at 11 p.m. You'll also have reading and homework each week that are due on Saturdays at 11 p.m. You'll need to read each section, then do the homework on WebAssign. Your accuracy grade will be recorded, but you do have a good opportunity here to get really high scores because you have unlimited tries at each problem. WebAssign will generate a new problem for you after your 3rd attempt, but again, you do have unlimited tries overall at each problem. You'll also have weekly quizzes that are also done on WebAssign. These are due on Sundays at 11 p.m., and they should really be done after you finish the homework. Each week you'll take a quiz, and you can take it once more if you don't like your original score. These quizzes are timed though, and you'll have to complete both attempts in one sitting in the allotted time. The best of these 2 scores will be recorded, and the lowest score will be dropped. There will be a few forum posts that are meant for us to get to know each other a bit and also discuss a couple of things that will help you prepare for your tests. They shouldn't be super time intensive, but please remember to always use proper online etiquette and be aware of the due dates as they are posted. Lastly, there will be 2 tests and a final. These are the only things that you really need to be on campus for unless you have prearranged a certified proctor. On the right here, you'll find the contact information for setting that up if you need to. More details will be sent out as we get closer to the test deadlines. Please notice all of your test deadlines here and plan your summer schedule accordingly. Okay, almost done. On page 5, you'll find my late work policy for prep sheets, homework, and weekly quizzes. The tests and the final do need to be taken in the designated time frame, so please plan accordingly. Also, here you will find all the information on how to get access to WebAssign that I keep talking about. There are 3 options to do this. The first and probably most pricey way is to actually buy a real new textbook because it does come up with an access code. Another way is to buy a used copy of the textbook at the bookstore, which then lets you get an access code at a discounted price. I think it says $15 here. The last way is to just buy an access code on the WebAssign website for $75. And there's actually a link on Moodle called How to Sign Up for WebAssign that will take you there. Once you're signed up, you will be asked for our class key, which is right here. If you've already used WebAssign, you'll just need this class key to enroll. One more thing, please make sure that you use an email address that you've checked often. The same thing goes on Moodle. Your email address will be how I can communicate reminders and any last minute changes with you, so please make sure it's something that you check frequently. Okay, and last but not least, you can see our course calendar on page 6. This is only an 8-week class, so it will feel like we're going quickly because, well, we are. It is really important that, even though it's summer, you stay on top of your deadlines and you pace out your studying throughout the week so you don't get overwhelmed. Okay, that's it for now. Please feel free to email me with any questions or concerns. Thanks for listening.